Hi, this is Natalie Lander, voice of Kinsey, Tara Branford, Stargirl, and many others. You are listening to a W2Mnet podcast. You can visit W2Mnet.com for other podcasts about entertainment, video games, sports, and wrestling.
TheChairShot.com. Always use your head.
Hello, everyone, and we are back. If you heard us before, we did part 1 of episode 5 of Talk to Keki. We're now on 5.5, where we talk about the Spring Awards to close off the season officially. If you know me by now, I'm Matt, your host, and my co-host here, who likes to wrestle with his microphone, Ethan. It is Ethan, everyone.
God damn it. Tadaima! Means I'm back.
Yep. Anyway, if you heard us, if you just listened to part 1 of the podcast, we're on the part 2 for episode 5. It's a big 2-parter because we thought just the awards should be a part by itself. We had a long discussion about the rest of the finales that we have watched.
Mostly Wonder Egg.
Yes, mostly Wonder Egg. That was half our show. All right. Anyway, so we're going to do categories for our best for the seasonal, and then we will close off our top 10 of the season. With the award, it's basically inspired by the Facebook page Anime Trending or Annie Trends from their website in general, where they do certain like subgenres for the best, and then like voice casting and all that. That's what is inspired by. So everyone got equal fair amount, even though some of our shows swept. We will get to that, but are you ready to give out these cakes?
Yeah, before I do that, actually, I wanted to lead off with one piece of news that I missed in episode 5 was the fact that Uniqlo also announced, I believe yesterday, that they're going to be having another collection with Demon Slayer. That will come out in August, they announced. So there'll be new collections for boys, girls, and children. I'm kind of jealous of the fact that the girls get Nezuko. I would definitely want a Nezuko shirt, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, that's all I wanted to lead in, just a quick blip that we missed during the notes during the stories of episode 5. So yes, I am not ready to get into these awards, brother. I have been excited for this. By the way, one more thing. I don't know if you wanted to keep it a surprise, but if you did, too late. At the end of the awards, we're going to give a top 10 and we're going to give some honorable mentions.
I just said that.
Did you?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Beckus.
Fuck. Yeah, because I was wrestling with my mic. Fuck!
Well, stop jobbing to your mic.
That's a good one.
All righty. Are you ready for these awards?
Are you
ready? Yeah, baby. Okay.
So
again, we got plenty of cakes.
And for the 10 people listening at home, let's get ready to talk the Keki seasonal awards.
Woo! All right, let's hang out these chocolate cakes. Strawberry shortcakes, cheesecakes, red velvet cakes, whatever cake you like. They're delicious, except for one. We're going to get to it. Our most disappointing of the season. The cake for that, the fruit cake, the Christmas cake that no one wants. Mine was the Wonder Egg finale. It technically counted because it came out during that season.
It came out during summer, dude. That's what I mentioned to you before. It's technically a summer anime because it's the first anime of the summer. It's listed as summer 2021. So I'm not gonna shit on that because it was kind of disappointing. I totally agree. But
I considered the July on when the summer season starts. That's when everything started coming in. So anything before that,
fucking June 30th, whatever. Anyway,
so I'm going by the calendar. If it came out during that time before the shows actually aired, it's considered that season. But it was Wonder Egg for me for all the reasons I said in part 1. It would have been Record of Ragnarok, but this happened. Yeah.
I chose Back Arrow for those who have seen the show. It came in with, like I said, a lot of hype. Lisa, one of the premier singers in all of anime, sung the OP for the show. It was much talked about. The animation was really, oh my god, glaringly amazing, and the action was really good for a mech until you get to the story, and the story is just fucking atrocious, fucking shitty, horrible, fucking. Oh goddamn! What a terrible fucking story. It made me fucking aggravated. I gave that show a 2 out of 5 stars. It's one of the few normal, and I've noticed that for a lot of the newer seasonals that I've been watching in the 3 years that I've been watching, I normally give it at minimum 3 stars or above. They only The Promised Neverland has gotten 2 stars before Back Arrow, and then the only other animes to get I've given 2 stars are like some of the Dragon Ball Z movies because they're just ugh. But yeah, that show was definitely a disappointment in my eyes. I would not recommend it unless you really love watching fucking mech. Then I'm sure you can watch that. But at the same time, there's a bunch of other fucking anime you can watch that are way better. Mech animes that are way better.
All right, but yeah, there you go. Those are the fruit cakes, the undesirable Christmas cakes. They're gonna better fucking eat it.
Ugh.
Alrighty, now we're getting to the good cakes, the Kekis.
Yes. Thank you.
Sure. Let's hand out some strawberry shortcake with adaptation screenplay, which is basically animes that are based off the manga that either improved it or made it better or just followed it, but it came out animated.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you give out your award for this first. We'll take turns.
Yeah, that's fine. So, like I mentioned before in episode 5, I'm going to be talking a lot about Fruits Baskets because it's my fucking favorite. And so, for me, Fruits Baskets wins the adaptation. It's the first award that they're going to win on my night. Won't be the last. Fruits Basket had a wonderful manga. It was not done justice during the first go around of the anime. I believe it was in the early 2000s that debuted, and it was only a single season. Was never picked up after that. Didn't do it justice. Fruits Basket was done tremendously well this go around, and it easily lives up to the manga hype. And I think we mentioned in episode 4 that they are going to have a follow up on Fruits Baskets, and we're going to see
the parents, right?
Yeah, we're going to see them as parents, and I'm looking forward to that so much. So that's going to be great. Like I said, it lives up to the manga. It definitely served its purpose, and it fucking killed it in my estimation. So easily for me, Fruits Baskets.
All right, there we go. They have the good strawberry shortcake for the adaptation screenplay, and now just regular old chocolate cake for the original screenplays. Basically, it's anime.
Wait, hold on. You're not gonna say yours for the adaptation?
What? Oh, sorry, I did. Yeah, I forgot about mine.
Wow. I know you said take turns, but I mean, bro, give your fucking award too.
All right, my award is going to Shadow's House. Definitely, again, very unique concept of everything that happened, and I've only a few chapters in the manga. It still holds up. It has definitely that creepy vibe, bit of a slice of life, the little bit of the mystery about the shadows and the quote unquote dolls.
Mm-hmm.
So with just all this, like how anime tried to have that as an adaptation, I agree in that wholeheartedly. With how they played it off, and if they do season 2, I'm all for it. So there we go for the adaptation screenplay, Shadow's House.
Wonderful.
All right, now we're doing the chocolate cake. The original screenplays. The stuff that was just made strictly for the anime, that is probably making a manga after the anime was made. So it's probably gonna follow how the show ended. Mine is going to be Vivi, Fluorite Eye Song. This is one of my favorites. You're gonna see plenty of awards for that. There's my spoiler because he spoiled his fruits.
Okay.
His fruits. His grapefruits. But yeah, definitely a lot with the great story. There were minor complaints, but I'll get to that later as I go along. But again, with just the writing of it, again, the person that wrote ReZero too, so you knew it was going to be good in that type of style, the writing.
Yeah,
and it definitely lived up. Again, this was considered a side project, like it's like a minor project when this was being made.
Which is crazy.
And it got this much praise. Like it was only underrated for the very first 4 episodes, and then it had a big following, and rightfully so. The writing for it is great. The character's development for it is great. So just because of that, best original screenplay for me in terms of the anime for the spring.
Fair enough.
What's yours?
Something. So, with full disclosure, in all sincerity, had I seen Vivi, I would have given it a couple of the awards. I probably would have given it the best original had I seen it. I also probably would have given it best animation as well. Spoiler on that. So I didn't because I didn't see it. So for me, my best original is going to be Megalobox. Megalobox, Nomad. I should specify. Megalobox Nomad was again, they did season 1 really well. I gave it a solid 3 out of 5. And for me, Nomad, which is the second season, they knocked it out of the park. It's one of the low-key animes of the season that's not going to get enough love, but it should, just because the story is amazing, the music is amazing, and it was just a great story as a whole. So they definitely knocked it out of the park with that. Just that redemption story. Anybody can appreciate a good redemption story, and the way that they depicted that in the series was great. And again, along with the music composition was stellar. Animation is always good for what it's worth. And then the fight sequences, they're not as good as season 1 in my opinion, but the meat of the story and what you really are looking for is definitely that story, which was fucking amazing. So that's what I gave it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Again, definitely a great one. That was a close contender for me. But alrighty, now we're going to this regular Play-Doh vanilla cake. Nothing wrong with vanillas. We don't kink shame vanillas here.
I love vanilla. It's my favorite cake because I'm not much of a unique person. I'm very vanilla in my life. So
this one we're going to do supporting girl.
Supporting girl, okay.
Alrighty, I'll let you. You're next up, so I'll let you go pick.
So I thought about going with your pick, but at the same time, I feel that Aoi from Mars Red. I know you didn't watch Mars Red,
right?
You didn't watch Mars Red, but
I have not.
Yeah, Aoi was really, really, really good for Mars Red. She was a focal point. She was one of the characters that provided some comedic relief, but you can definitely tell there is a sincerity there. How she loved her man who was one of the vampires, Shutaro. And so just the way that she supported herself, the way she investigated, the way she supported Maeda. She supported so many different people and affected the story uniquely in her own way. So for sure, I gave her that award. I think it was well deserved. Your pick though was in close competition just because of how impactful her meaning to the story was. So go ahead with yours.
Alrighty, mine is Asami from Higehiro. Everyone get a friend like Asami. She's terrific. She's a very supportive friend. She knows when something's up, and she knows the right words to say to help them out or let the other person know, hey, okay, keep an eye on Sayu. Like there's more than meets the eye, and she finds out in her own way. I do wish there was a little bit more of her, but again, just wonderful, especially how she stood up to that one of her potential victims.
Yeah. I really hope we see more of her in the spinoff too.
Right, yeah, because again, I want there's no way that Yoshida would just cut ties with her, even after.
No, for sure.
Well, then again, since they're the different age, probably just for that sake.
But I mean, that could be like a father figure, because she didn't really get along with her father as well. So maybe when she's upset, she could
just visit the convenience store.
Yeah, or he'll go to the convenience store to buy stuff, and they'll talk. You never know.
Exactly.
That's not bad at all. So no, for sure, I agree with you. You definitely want a friend like Asami, for sure. There was something I was gonna say. God damn it! Now it escapes my fucking mind what I was gonna say. Yeah, she coined the term fucking protect Sayuchaso. You must protect Sayuchaso.
Exactly.
So
all right, so they had their cakes. Now more cakes. We're gonna give the cupcakes.
We're gonna give so much cake you're gonna throw up.
Exactly. Now the delicious cupcake for supporting boy.
It's your turn, right? Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. We both picked them. I think
it's a sweep for this one. It's our first sweep. Is it our only sweep?
No, we have a couple. Yeah,
we have a couple. We have 3, I think. This is our first sweep. First sweep, y'all.
This was rightfully so. Gugu from 2 Years Old. Someone hug Gugu.
Everyone needs a friend like Gugu.
He's a bro. He's a true bro.
He is definitely a true bro. I mean, bro. Fuck, bro.
Bro.
Sound like Vince Russo, bro.
No. Fuck shit stain. It's the riddle, bro.
Not Riddle.
Uh, but no, yeah, he had so much development in the past 4 to 5 episodes.
Integral to fucking to Fushi. Integral to him. Definitely without Gugu, without him meeting Google and experiencing the things he experienced with Google, he wouldn't be the
Have
fucking
grown.
wouldn't have grown. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't have grown. I mean, also he wouldn't have his body now, but that's neither here nor there.
Right. But yeah, there's a lot of development, especially like a lot of conflict with his feelings of being used as like a liquor
Yeah.
pump, his feelings for Reen.
Him being abandoned by his brother.
Right, and then finding him in the street as a bum.
Yeah, dude. Like
It helps him and then not forgives him.
it's so many different plot points with Gugu, and yeah, he's gonna be one of the signature characters of that show without a doubt. There's 8 more episodes left on To Your Eternity, and I feel that he's gonna play an integral part again before this season's all over.
But just like his final scene, like his goodbye, his little thing with Reen. Like, oh yeah, like I'll buy you more flowers while I'm bleeding out, and she finally sees his face with a kiss before dying.
It's emotional, very, very emotional. That's what sealed that episode sealed it as a 4-star anime for me. Before I wasn't a fan of it. I was giving it 3 stars. When it first started, I was like, ugh, I feel like dropping it, but I didn't, and I'm so glad I didn't. And again, Gugu's a major reason I didn't drop that anime, and I feel so much about it now. So, shout out to Gugu.
Yeah, we love you, Gugu, and
Rest in peace.
Enjoy the cupcake.
And enjoy your cupcake wherever you're.
All right. All right. Now just the regular old birthday cake with confetti and stuff like that. We're gonna go with best ED, the best ending theme, the song that closes us out. I believe, yeah. No, since it was a tie, I'll go. Shadow's House has the best ED for me. It was sung by Riona, called Nai Nai. That was the name of the song.
Oh, I don't know the fucking names of my songs.
Oh, but it's definitely there. It's on Spotify. It's definitely worth checking out. It definitely has the creepy vibes and tones to fit the theme of the show.
Yeah,
and it's a memorable one for sure. So that hats off to Rihanna.
Yeah,
or Rihanna. I'm sorry, however you pronounce it. Fantastic song. A great way to fit the theme for Shadow's House.
Yeah, for sure.
What was yours?
Unrelated, real quick. I just noticed. I said we had 3 ties. I'm lying. We had 5 ties. So we agree more.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, we have 5 ties. Anyway, this was close. Well, actually, no, I can't even say it. I'm thinking, you know what? No, it wasn't really close. I'm thinking of the OP. OP was close for me. ED, I went with Cestus. It's kind of ironic. You know, I hated the OP for Cestus. It was like, it sounded fucking terrible. I was not a fan of it. But that ED was very nice considering. I mean, Cestus is a combat sports anime with like fucking all CGI, so it's a little bit annoying, but the story was good, and like I said, the ED it was like a nice romantic kind of song, and I'm a sucker for that type of song. So
I have it right here for the title.
Yeah,
Kirida by Sarasa Kadawaki.
Yeah,
I find it.
It's a good one. You know what? I'm lying. It was close because it was either that or I was going to pick Moriarty. The Moriarty ED, but
that was close too.
Yeah, Moriarty ED was really good. That would be like an honorable second, but no, I went with Cestus. I enjoyed that one.
Alrighty, congrats on those for the ED awards. And now this regular strawberry cake. That's a shortcake. So you gave that out. Did we give that out?
Shortcake?
Strawberry shortcake. Did we give that out yet?
You mentioned strawberry cake, I think.
Well, I don't think I did. Then this is just regular plain strawberry cake.
All right.
For the best OP, this is our second tie.
Yes, but this was very close. This was very,
Oh,
very
yeah.
close.
There was a few I was going to pick. Like Tokyo Revengers was one of them.
I wasn't a fan much of Tokyo Revengers, honestly.
Oh, I like that song so much. I loop it.
It's not a bad song, but it never captured me. My
Anyway,
second, my second was Koikimo, dude.
oh yes, that was oh my
Koikimo
god,
was
that was so good.
Koikimo was I used to fucking jam to that shit, dude.
I still have it. I still have it on my playlist.
Bro, I felt it's like Japanese Bruno Mars, and I just see myself dancing Bruno Mars when I listened to the song. That was like one of the few songs I would let listen because I skip the OPs and EDs most of the time. Cespedes I would listen to the ED, and what's it called, Koikimo I listen to the OP, and then our winner I would listen to the OP all the time without fail.
From To Your Eternity.
Yes, it was hardly a question, to be honest. Though it was close, but at the same time, not really. To Your Eternity's OP was just phenomenal, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it was made by the famous Hikaru, who they also sang the songs for Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3. Lovely song.
Beautiful voice.
And the visuals that went with it at the same time.
Yes, it definitely touches you, especially now that you've watched the series and you become more invested in the series. It's one thing to listen to the song and enjoy the song, because that's certainly what I did before I became invested. Once you became invested in the song and you watch the visuals to the song, it means a lot. And one of the good things about the anime is the visuals change each week depending on the storyline. You end up seeing more in the visuals based off of the characters and what happens in the future to those characters, and it's one of the little things that if you pay attention to it, it stands out, and that song for sure that helps push that narrative there, and it's again one of the best in a while, honestly. You know, a lot of people, when we talk about OPs, everyone's going to name the Jujutsu Kaisen OP because that's one of the most amazing OPs that you'll hear in modern times. I think it's won awards galore, and rightfully so. But it really, something like this definitely, I don't know, it's not on the same level, but it makes it stand out for sure.
And the best ED is still Lost in Paradise, but it got taken down almost everywhere.
I wonder why.
Yeah, because the band broke up and the drummer got arrested.
For child porn, right?
I think so, yeah. Because of this, you won't hear on Spotify or any music. You might be lucky on YouTube, but they'll probably take it down.
Fucking kuzo.
Yeah, my favorite song, one of my favorite songs in a while, and he had become a fucking diddler.
God damn it, bro. I hope you die 1,000 deaths. Fucking horrible. Anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, now the double chocolate cake. We're gonna get to the genres now before we get the big ones. All right, we're gonna go for our next tie and best mystery.
This was easy because there aren't too many mysteries, honestly.
Well, Shadow House kind of was in a sense,
but it wasn't gonna beat our winner.
Oh no, it wasn't. Nothing was going to beat Moriarty the Patriot.
Nothing was going to beat Moriarty. Side note, on another thing, I did this on episode 5 where I talked about an anime that is kind of similar when I mentioned Duke of Death and Nagatoro. I'm going to mention another one that's similar that may beat Moriarty in terms of mystery, and that's Detective is Already Dead. That may beat it, and I can't wait to talk about that next week.
We'll find out.
I have high hopes for the show after episode 1, but we'll talk about that next week. Stay tuned for that. I just want to throw that out there that if you enjoyed Moriarty the Patriot, you'll enjoy The Detective is Already Dead, currently out on Funimation, where Moriarty was. Oh, well, see, there's a thing there.
But no, while the first half was considered better, there was still plenty of mystery to go around in this one.
For sure.
And the ending of it was able to carry it to make it.
Yes.
Like it was proper. It was a proper way to save it.
Indeed.
I know people were very mixed with James Bond and Jack the Ripper being involved, but at the same time they felt essential, but you just wanted more of them.
And then that ending reveal with fucking what's his face, Liam being not Liam. I always forget it. I always fuck up his name.
Lewis.
I always know it starts with an L. But yeah, that reveal where he's now the first head of MI6. God damn, that was so fucking good. Again, like I said in the review when we did Moriarty 2 weeks ago, that shit popped me. Definitely popped me.
But yeah, again, it still carried out strong throughout the whole season. We were very satisfied with how it ended.
I think we both gave a solid 4 out of 5.
Exactly, yeah. As I said, when it was in fall, it was in my top 5. And while it might not be that high for part 2, it's still on my list for the year for sure.
Yeah, we both put it in our top 10 list.
Yeah, for right now, because we still got half a year left to go through.
No, I'm talking about for the season. Oh, it's not.
Oh
on my
yeah.
top 10. It's not on my top 10 for the year.
Oh yeah, no, probably not. It'll probably be like 15.
I don't know. We'll see.
Depends on how the rest goes. Again, we're only halfway through the year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Alrighty, that was it for that, and now we're gonna go with Thriller and the Cake for that.
Another tie.
Alrighty, we'll get to that.
You said
I gotta find the cake for it.
you're gonna find the cake for it.
Let's
Let's go with banana fruit or banana. Let's go with banana cake.
All right, banana cake for the best thriller. It's another tie. We're gonna get through our ties mostly. This one won 2. We're not gonna tell. Well, spoiler for that.
Yeah.
Tokyo Revengers.
Well, you know what? We might as well do both because it's
All right. We'll do thriller and drama together.
one thriller and drama together. It was Tokyo Revengers, y'all.
And it was just rightfully so. It was very suspenseful. You felt the drama of Naoto, Takemichi, Mikey, Draken, Hina, everyone. Like it was suspenseful. You didn't know what was going to happen next, or what happens if they switch. Would they switch this? When Takemichi got back the first time with Akun, with how much Akun changed, you find out Akun was the one that pushed him.
Yeah. No, for sure. Just twists and turns. I mean, there were so many other ones you could put in. You could put in Moriarty to a certain extent. I could have put in Fruits. I wanted to put in Fruits, but felt Fruits was too much of that, and I don't know. It wasn't so much drama as it was, just other components of slice of life. So I definitely went with the Avengers. And we're still gonna continue because there's so many questions left unanswered. Great, bro. Like just the way it makes you feel, the when you're like, oh man, happy ending. Psych, motherfuckers, he's dead.
Exactly.
She's dead again. Like, oh man, good shit.
Alrighty. All right. Anyway, now we're to go to the sponge cake. Good old sponge cake.
Sponge cake.
Yes, it's still a cake. Damn it. We're gonna go with slice of life.
I mean, bro, for slice of life, you should definitely have a fucking better cake than sponge cake. I'm sorry.
What cake do you want then?
Fuck.
Yeah, I fucking
No, I'll give you a fucking better cake. Hold on.
All right.
Fudge cake.
Fudge cake. All right, fine. We'll give fudge cake to slice of life.
Fudge cake is slice of life.
All righty.
Go ahead.
Well, mine was Nagatoro.
Nagatoro-sama.
For that one, because again, it had the high school slice of life feeling.
Yeah.
How they're just interacting as characters.
Yeah.
And Senpai or Pai-sen, he's a popular guy, even though the other girls tease him.
Do we ever know Pai-sen's real name?
Senpai is Senpai.
What is he though?
His name is
Nakajima Senpai.
No, his name is Naoto.
Suwama Senpai.
No, it's Naoto.
Nakamura Senpai.
Okada
Senpai. Yeah, we said Okada together. Yeah, I would like to know what is his name?
I just said it. I said it multiple times, damn it.
It's not Senpai. It's gotta be something else.
It's Naoto.
Oh, is his name Naoto?
Yeah, Naoto.
Like the guy from Revengers?
Yes.
Wow. That's fucking lame. I mean, I wasn't expecting something cool, but like that's kind of lame. No, he doesn't suit a Naoto.
It's Senpai.
Bro, he looks like a Jinky. Or something like that, bro. Like maybe not a Shinji. Shinji's kind of cool too. I don't know. He doesn't look like a fucking Naoto.
Well, that's who he is.
What the fuck, bro?
Well, what's yours?
I feel like calling him Captain New Japan Senpai.
We don't talk about that. Get the fuck out of here. Captain fucking New Japan. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, people that watch anime that don't watch New Japan are like, who the fuck is that? Captain New Japan. Oh, he's a dork. That's what the fuck he is. He's a fucking geek and a dork.
Shouldn't have existed. Finn Balor is right. Get the fuck out of here.
God.
The fuck out of here.
I dropped my mic again. Fuck! I'm fucking dying. Holy shit. Oh, that was a good one.
Slice of life. For me, was it any question considering how much I've talked about Fruits Baskets? I hope it wasn't. It's Fruits Baskets.
I'm gonna say it's something completely awful.
Like, is it any question? Really? Are you fucking kidding? It's Nagatoro. No, fuck that. Nagatoro was good. But no, man, it's Fruits. I literally said in episode 5, Fruits Basket is a gold standard of slice of life, a must watch for slice of life. Not to mention, and I forgot to mention this in episode 5, it's the highest rated anime on fucking Analyst and My Analyst of all time.
Well, not anymore.
What is it?
Number 4.
Get the fuck out. Is it on My Analyst is number 4?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right now to My Analyst.
Yeah. That's right. After that happened, a lot of people were ranked to number 1 just to get it down.
What the? It's still number 1 on Analyst.
I'm on it right now.
Well, you're on My Anime List. I'm on Analyst. What I tell you about? I use Analyst.co to track my stuff. It's still number 1 on there. It's got a 91% rating, 92% mean score. So it's still number 1, beating out Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2, Full Metal Alchemist number 3. Anyway, I digress. Slice of life, Fruits Basket. Again, it's got everything. Truly, it's a true slice of life because it's got drama, it's got mystery, it's got a lot of love, a lot of comedy, a lot of sadness, heartbreak, depression, psychological drama, and torture. I mean, literally, the only thing it doesn't have is rape. And even then, I mean, fuck. It's not like it needed.
Let's not.
Yeah, let's not add that. But I mean, either way, dude, like, it's got everything you would want in a slice of life. It teaches you life lessons. It makes you cry. It makes you laugh. It makes you smile. It makes you sad, and it leaves you happy. And goddamn it, if that's not a true slice of life, then you're a fucking moron. Because I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, truly.
No, you're right on that one.
Golly. Anyway.
Alrighty. Congrats to those who won the slice of life. And now we're going to give out rum cake.
Ooh.
I know, you never had rum cake?
Oh, no.
Oh, man, so good. I think there's a website that I think that ships it. Really? It's from a church. We got this at the food festival before the pandemic, and it was like banana rum cake. It's so good.
Oh, shit. I'll be damned.
And they do ship, so if I can find the website, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it is great. Anyway, the rum cake is gonna go to music.
Best music.
Sing my music.
We didn't. I mean, if we're gonna go with genres, then we still have a few.
I know. That's why I said this musical.
It's not musical.
I know the shows that are about music. We're gonna get to.
So I definitely didn't think that at all, dude. If you said best music, I thought you meant like best musical like composition. I didn't think you meant.
No, I meant like music-based anime. The one you had was right.
No, well, I mean, yeah, it's right for that, but at the same time, I'm thinking like best music overall. Like the overall music of the show. That's literally what I thought when I saw best music. I'm like, oh, best musical composition, not best musical anime.
Oh no,
mine happens to fit that, but
yeah, I meant music-based anime.
I definitely didn't get that. So the next time you do that, specify that so I know, because I definitely.
I'm telling you now, going forward.
All right, fine.
Music-based anime, the shit that is based on music that has music.
All right, fine. Anyway, can you guys guess what Mathew's favorite music anime is of the season?
Vivi.
That's not a surprise at all, y'all. Honestly, this is another one that I would have, if I had watched Vivi, I probably would have said the same thing. But anyway, let's let you talk about
your every song fit the story of everything that happened, and they're all so good. They have a purpose, like whether it's Vivi singing it, it's Ophelia. Estella, Elizabeth, just any of the AIs, and this how it played in the rest of the show. It's so good. Even just listen to it by itself. like Sing My Pleasure, Fluoride Ice Song.
Same.
The one I sent you with Ophelia song.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It's good. Like it's so good, and the music plays a key part in this series. So
Yeah, for sure.
so of course I was gonna that was gonna be my music,
Yeah.
rightfully so. And now yours that you took a lucky guess, shot in the dark, but were correct.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I went with the Snow White Notes, another unheralded anime of the season. It's about the shamisen, the Japanese traditional guitar. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's literally the whole show is about music. It's about playing the shamisen, how the shamisen makes you feel, and things along those lines. So, again, if I had seen Vivi, I probably would have gone Vivi, but because I didn't, I saw the Snow White Notes. I did go with these Snow White Notes again, and just the music itself. I listened to the shamisen, I listened to the performances, I couldn't help but feel happy. I had such a smile on my face watching them just break it down. Like I love listening to like things like saxophone, electric guitar, just hearing those solos. Like it does something to me. And the shamisen did the same thing in a different light. It made me like it just made me smile. Like I felt such feelings listening to it. Like, you know, I didn't sit there and like cry. There were a couple things that made me cry, like a couple of performances that I'm like, wow, it touched me. But like overall, I just had just such a happy feeling just listening to like them break it down. Like it's like, you know, it kind of sounds like a Japanese banjo for lack of a horrible way to describe it. But I mean, fuck, dude, it was just it was great. You know, and of course, I'm gonna say an anime music that I enjoyed about music is gonna have the best music overall. So, yeah, that was my option.
Alrighty, very good. And now we're gonna do pound cake. Time to pound. The comedy section.
I'm glad you said comedy because I was gonna be like best pound cake is gonna be best girl. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, it's gonna be a couple. No, that was gonna be the couple. And with who won, I can't do that.
By the way, I want to point out something in our notes when I was looking at it while you were talking about VV. Your best couple doesn't match your best romance.
Well, say like that's
That's
just that's just
you would think the
couple.
best couple. The best.
It wouldn't be like my favorite romance anime.
But your favorite romance anime should also have your favorite couple, don't you think?
Well, again, it's just the chemistry of the characters, not just the show in general.
I don't know, man. I feel like it should be synonymous.
Got
him.
That you didn't get me. It's just bullshit.
Got him. Bro, I mean, that's like I said, bro. Like when I picked an anime, when we picked, for example, for music, we picked a show that was about fucking music. So the music is synonymous with the music, not because I mean, at the end of the day, we chose To Your Eternity and Cestus, and you chose To Your Eternity and Shadow House, as the best musicals, but they didn't have the best music. In theory, you would have chosen one of those for best music. That's just so there's like different ways to look at it. You know what I mean?
I mean, fair, but again, there's a lot of elements that like there's more of the story than just couple. Like you have like everything else, like the other characters that help play into what is going on.
Anyway, we digress, y'all. So anyway,
Well, we'll get to that in a bit. Anyway, let's just go to the fucking comedy.
I'm trying to reenact my own comedy here. Somewhere somebody's laughing.
All right, and someone's booing you, throwing tomatoes at you, saying, "Get this bum off our stage."
Probably. They're probably saying like, I could be a better podcast also. I bet you can't, motherfucker. Okay.
All right, let's go. You go first with your comedy.
I chose Nagatoro because I pissed myself laughing a lot. Although, you know, you chose yours, and I was like, you know, I did laugh more, I think, watching your show.
I will get to that.
I laughed more watching your show, your choice. But in terms of a show,
you had more with Nagatoro. That's why
I have way more with Nagatoro than I did with your pick. But yeah, Nagatoro, excluding the cringy parts, excluding the fact that some of the bowling was a bit too much, it was just some really funny fucking shit, dude. It was just there was some really fucking funny ass shit. So yeah, I went with Nagatoro. Well deserved in my opinion.
Well, no, that was a good pick, but I'm sorry, the way the house has been, that hysterical. It was just 6 episodes, 11 minutes, but all those 11 minutes they fit perfectly.
It was hilarious. It was definitely hilarious. I died laughing a lot during that show, and I'm not a house husband. I'm not married, but just the way that they fucking delivered the comedy, The comedy itself was sensational. I definitely laughed more with House Husband, but just the way the show was done and what the content and how it was delivered, like I just had to go in Nagatoro. But I'm not gonna shit all over House Husband.
Like I said, the animation with this made sense because again, this is what the creator wanted. Because like this is only the best way to tell the story, and he was right. I don't think it would have gotten as much buzz if it was a regular animation 20 minutes. You got very, and again, these chapters are short in the manga. Like it's following the manga like to a T.
Yeah.
So he did it well for just that. It's just it's comedy, it's romance, slice of life. You got all that in that first half, and we are going to get more. We just don't know when, but I am just going to be excited when it happens.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. I will definitely love it. I've shown people House Husband. I've recommended House Husband, and everyone I've recommended it to, no one came back and said this shit sucks. Quite the opposite. Everyone, this shit is fucking hilarious. This shit describes me if I was him. Like, yeah, dude, it's fucking hilarious.
Yep. The deadly cockroach is.
Bro, there's so many that did the cockroach, the fucking
and the birthday scene. He I got you this Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, I already got it. He's gonna willing to cut off his finger to take the penalty.
Bro,
and just gets clothesline out the window.
And then they're all sitting at the table with the fucking masks on and shit.
Oh my god.
They're fucking hilarious, dude. And then him in the fucking in the yoga class.
Yes. And he trips into the girls' locker room. He's like, I take the penalty here, just throw me in the ocean. I am ready. Smashes his head to bleed like to bow an apology. This deadly Yakuza member, Tatsu, is the sweetest. Is the biggest sweetheart.
He's fucking great, dude. And then he turns his fucking delinquent into his like little like
and the comment with the knife. Like, I'm gonna sell him this cheap knife. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna make you this 5-course meal with the knife. And it's like, why am I scamming this guy? He's too nice. It
was fucking great, dude.
I'm gonna leave. I'm satisfied. I can't do anything wrong with him. And he made the knife work.
Anyway.
All right. Now the angel food cake for romance.
We're getting into the big stuff, y'all.
Yeah, we're almost done. We got a few left.
Go with yours, dude. Go with yours, because I disagree with your pick. But
all right. I mean, yeah. Now you're making me question it.
I mean, I disagree with both your picks. Whether it came the best couple and best fucking romance, I disagree.
Well, couple. I would have said the Fruit Basket if I saw it. To be fair.
Okay.
So
same with Vivi, because I would have said best anime might have been Vivi, best animation definitely might have been Vivi. I still maybe want to give it to Vivi over thing. You know what I mean?
But again, we'll get to the bit. Again, there wasn't like a lot of good romance at the same time aside from Fruits Basket.
I mean, if you wanted to be fair, you could have given it to fucking Gugu and Reen.
That's a bromance. That's a completely different.
No, Gugu and Reen.
Oh, sorry.
No, not Gugu and Fushi.
No.
I know we're accepting on this podcast, but no, that's not at all where I was leaning.
I probably would have said Gugu and Reen if there was more, if he didn't die yet.
If he got the fuck before he died, right?
No, I just wanted more development in their relationship, like actually get married, that type of thing, not be his tragic end. If that didn't happen, then I definitely would have.
By the way, another early leader, if we want to talk about real quick about the summer season, is girlfriend for best romance. The dude has a fucking a legitimate harem. He's fucking all the girls in the harem. He's fucking all the girls in the harem, and he's 14. That's gotta win.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that
next week, y'all.
We'll get to that next week. That's gonna be a fun one.
Anyway,
God damn it. Oh man.
Go ahead.
I mean,
go ahead. It's all you, bro.
I'm still doing it. Hige Hero, because it had that category. And the development.
I can't, dude.
He believes in older women with big tit supremacy.
He does, but he's gonna end up with a fucking. He's 28
19 year olds.
She's 19. He's 28. He was, no, not even. He was 20. It was 26 and 16. Now it's gonna be.
Well, remember, she got held back.
Doesn't matter. So she got held back a year, but freaking.
She's still considered 19.
Oh yeah. She's 19 at this point, but he's 29.
Okay, legal.
Dude, I can't. So you know why? Because I have a niece, bro, and she's 20. She's gonna turn 20. No, she's turning 20 this year. So she's 19 right now herself, bro. You know, and I like to make a joke and like think to myself as a joke, like I'd fuck one of my niece's friends if they were hot, you know. But at the same time, like just saying that just now, just it's odd. It's we. I can't imagine dating.
I mean, my mom and stepdad have a 10-year gap. My mom and dad have a 10-year gap.
Yeah, my parents have a 12-year gap. That's fine. It's just
shut the fuck up.
It doesn't feel right, dude. I guess
it's like no different than a 28 with a 50-year-old.
No, there's definitely a big difference there. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you must have money, or I don't. There's a lot.
I mean, if you don't have money, it's a standard guy.
You must have fucking bred her for that shit. That's not normal. I'm sorry. If you're not rich and you're 50 dating a 28-year-old. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like, I judge. There's some love I judge. That's one.
Alrighty. We already know yours, so just skip it.
Yeah, I chose.
Let's just skip it.
No, we cannot do that. That's not.
All right.
Best romance, Fruits Baskets. Not. You don't want to know something? Not because of my best couple is that Fruits Basket's the best romance. In all sincerity, there's one of the unique things about Fruits Baskets and how it ends is the amount of couples that it made. You have what's it called? Kyo and Toru. You have Yuki and Maki. You have Rin or not? Yeah, you have Rin and Hatsuharu. You have I forget their names. There's two characters that Kissa and somebody else. They're younger, but they're like childhood lovers. Like, you know what I mean? They love each other since they were children. So that's 4 couples. Shigure and spoiler alert, Shigure and Akito. That's 5. The other guy, the doctor, not Hatsu. Han. Okay. And Han and the girl who is Shigure's ex. That's 6. Who else can I think of that became couples?
There's a lot of couples.
There's 6 couples. And again, the focus is on Kyo and Toru, but the season finale managed to give definitive conclusions to 5 out of those 6 couples. They don't really delve much into Kissa and the other dude. But the other 6, like the other 5, they gave definitive conclusions to 5 of those couples. 5 people have happy endings. In the manga, you're gonna see at minimum 3 of them. And how that worked out, or 4 of them. So I went with it obviously because of the number 1 couple, but at the same time, the fact that a slice of life anime gave us definitive and happy endings for 6 different couples that were made over the course of 63 episodes is incredible. You cannot tell me that again, you haven't seen it, so you can't. But when you see it, you can't tell me that doesn't equate to the best romance when there are so many conversations about the romance and the fact that they managed to deliver on that. There was no disappointment. There's no anger. There's no frustration. There's no what ifs. It's definitive. It's happy. It was conclusive, and it was fucking amazingly well done. So that's why I gave it the best romance. Because it's unprecedented to have a romance give you definitive conclusions to 6 different relationships. Not 6 different women, not 6 different scenarios. 6 whole different relationships were concluded in a happy manner because of that show. Incredible.
All right, very good. I think that's all the subgenres, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Now we get into the big stuff, guys.
All righty, let's get down to it. We're gonna go with best couple.
For me, I just explained it. Kyo and Toru. Well, I didn't. I kind of went into it. It's Kyo and Toru for me. Right. I chose that. I really should have let you go first because I disagree with yours again entirely. But for me, I guess. Well,
again, it's for different reasons. But
we'll talk about it in a moment. But I'll argue with you in a moment about it. But no. Again, as I mentioned with Fruits Baskets, I went with the obvious couple, Kyo and Toru. God damn it! One of the things that made me cry so much about this show is in life, I feel that one of the biggest things that you should look for in a relationship is someone who's going to accept you for everything that you are, all the positives, all the negatives, all the stuff that they love, all the things that they may want to change, all the things that they don't like. There's opportunities to grow within that and be able to expand yourself and find yourself and come to either an acceptance or come to a way to change for the betterment of yourself or for that person. And for them to Kyo and Toru to come together and accept the faults of each other and come together is truly beautiful to have these two people that didn't know each other at the time that they met, yet be so intertwined with life because of one defining factor, and that's Toru's mother. To have that be one of the major factors that intertwined them and led them by fate to when they got together is incredible. Another factor of their relationship is the fact that you have Toru, who's, again, as a man or in any relationship, to have someone there the way Toru is there for Kyo, it is inexplicably beautiful. To be there when you're at the lowest of your lows, when you're a literal monster. Kyo is a literal monster in season 1, and Toru embraces him not as the monster, not as but as the man, as the person Kyo. The way that they embraced, the way that she accepted him, the way she built him. She helped build Kyo into someone who was miserable and upset and accepting of his fate that he's going to be locked up forever, and fought for Kyo, fought for that family. I can't express to you enough how incredible, how powerful, how emotional that is. And to watch them succeed is the ultimate feel good of that show. Again, I can express to you the thousands of ways that Fruits Baskets is amazing. But the way Kyo and Toru developed and that ending and how it became, it's just so fucking special. At the very beginning, when you watch Fruits Baskets, unbeknownst to Toru, when she talks about the cat, she mentions that cats are her favorite animals. And when they talk about the Chinese zodiac, she gravitated toward the cat. Unbeknownst to her, the whole story that happens with the Chinese zodiac and how that affects the Somas, including Kyo and Yuki and the family. It really, 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 really is. It's just it brings shit full circle, and it's just insanely incredible, insanely powerful, insanely touching, insanely emotional. If you appreciate any type of romance, if you appreciate having someone or wanting someone to be down for the cause, to be there for you at your lowest moments, to help build you, to help you succeed, to travel with you at the end when Kyo tells Toru, I'm leaving to a faraway place. I want you to come with me. Your life is going to change. You're not going to see your friends. I understand if you don't want to go, but this is my path and that's what I'm going to choose. And I love you all the same. And Toru says, I'll follow you to the ends of the earth, basically, because of the fact that I want to be with you and I don't ever want to leave your side again. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, that is fucking incredible. It is truly fucking remarkable, and I can't express to you enough how fucking special that is. Not in terms of how I feel about Kyo and Toru, not since I saw what's it called, Nagisa and Tomoya from fucking Clannad have I felt that strong sense of loyalty and love. You can talk about fuck, I forget his name now. The couple from Sword Art Online, Asuna and Kirito. Yeah, you can talk about their that loyalty and how that's incredible. That was one of my first anime couples. You can talk about so many different ones. You can talk about the ones that I just go over the ones that I've seen. You can talk about the couple from Toradora. When you talk about Taiga and Ryuji, you could talk about Snafu. When you talk about
Hachiman and
yeah, you can talk about them. You could talk about fucking
Subaru.
no, not really Subaru. I was gonna say
He's a whore. He's a
no,
bad horse.
no, not Subaru. God damn it. From Hori and Miyamura.
Yeah.
You can talk about them because they're a great example of what real modern love looks like. That their story is one of the truer stories. That's not a fairy tale because that stuff happens in real life. You can talk about those, but the way Kyo and Toru hit it hits different. It's cliche, but I mean, it's the fucking truth, dude. So I can keep going, but I mean, I gave you why. It was just so fucking clear and obvious, dude.
It's like, oh man, he gives this beautiful essay, and now here's Matt.
And here's Matthew. What is your pick, Matthew?
Oh God. Again, I really didn't watch a lot of romance animes this season. So again, there was nothing fantastic. Otherwise, I would have said Fruit Basket if I watched it. But it's Ryu and Ichika from Koikimo, and I know
That's even worse than fucking Yoshida and Sayu. That's even worse.
I know, but let me talk.
It's fine. You gave me. Go ahead.
Yeah, fuck it. I listened 20 minutes of Fruit Baskets in a row constantly, so hear me out, damn it. Again, with everything aside,
bullshit. No,
just them as characters, they grew a lot from how they were as individuals and has eventually not an official couple yet, but just the hint of it's going to happen. Where Ryu was this cringe man whore that got saved by this high schooler from falling off the stairs, and love came to be. And it's like, let me have sex with you to make it up to you. And she's like, no, you're creepy. It's like, oh God, someone denied me. They're like, someone denied me. Someone told the truth. Someone didn't give me this bland answer of yes automatically.
Someone doesn't Hoshima Chimpo? The fuck?
Yeah. Like, all right, fine. Yeah, all right, fine. I'm gonna go with this. And the chemistry with them is great. Whether it's
great.
how comical they are. Again, it's more of a character progression that made them work, even though it's not socially acceptable.
So why not Sayu and Yoshida, who I would have been equally as not equal. I would have been less cringed and upset about that.
But it was, but most of it was basically like a caretaker or big brother, little sister, not essentially a full on romance. Even though Sayu liked Yoshida.
Dude, I would have given it to fucking Paisen and fucking Nagatoro before I gave it to Ryo and Ichika. I get where you're coming from with character progression, but that's more of an appreciation of the anime. It is
with Nagatoro and Paisen, that was just more of cringe and just a friendship. If there's a season 2, yeah, then I probably would consider it for that season. But
I would have given it to fucking Hina and fucking Takamichi before I gave it to fucking Ryo and Ichika.
I know you. I know you would.
I'm going down your list right now. I would have given it to fucking James Bond and fucking whoever the fuck. I would have given it to. No, I'm kidding about that one. No, I would have given it to Sherlock and Moriarty, and that wasn't even a real relationship.
But no, they were totally real. You shut up right now. They're still real to me. Damn it. No, again. If you throw all those out the window. Everything about it worked with the slow build up. Even though how pushy he was, he still learned. Like, hey, I am kind of fucking up a little. This isn't right, but
it isn't right. You think? You fucking think?
Yeah, but at least. But again, it's not like they actually legit had sex, which is good. But again, like even despite all this. They still came to those feelings by themselves. Because again, she could have legit said fuck off, like a real, not like a teasing, go away.
She should have done.
I'm saying she had plenty of times to do that. But she didn't.
I still feel bad for Tamaru. I feel so bad for him. And I feel bad for the other girl too. For
sister?
No, the other girl. The girl that loves Ryo.
Oh, that otaku, yeah.
Yeah, the otaku girl. I felt bad for her. I wish I could find a girl like that in my real life. 20-something-year-old that loves anime like that and is like, that type Matsushita or whatever her name is. I was about to say Hayashishita, but that's Stardom.
Like I said, I probably would have given it to Fruits Basket as default, but again, I didn't watch it. And I'm going.
I feel like the way I just talked you into Fruits Baskets, you should have just changed your pick. Like, I'm gonna give it to Fruits Basket just because of the soliloquy you just gave.
Well, no, that's not fair.
I know. I'm just fucking shit.
I know. Like I said, I'm going just by growth and progression as characters and as a couple. I'm going by just simply that. Nothing else.
I just gave you 4 other ones I would have given it to.
I know, but again, I like their dynamic. You cannot deny that.
It was a funny dynamic, and that's literally it. I can deny everything else.
But I'm saying it worked. That's the thing. It shouldn't have, but it did. You sometimes get those.
Whatever. We'll agree to disagree because I'm never.
I know. We'll agree to disagree. I'm just telling you, like, there was a lot to like and then some to dislike.
It's just creepy, dude.
I know.
You should see my face right now. I wish we were on cam right now. If there was any time to do the camera shit, it would be now.
Nope. Yeah, you ain't seen me shirtless.
Hey,
that's for the OnlyFans after.
Show the Keki.
Show the Keki after dark. $10 a pop.
Let us know. Shout us out if you want to see a Talk to Keki OnlyFans.
If we get 20 people, we'll do it.
Oh my god! I mean, we'll give you whatever you want if we get 20 people to fucking pay for a $10 OnlyFans.
Right.
Within limits.
Before
we talk ourselves into a fucking corner.
And with benefits.
We should start like a patron or some shit. That would be cool.
We gotta get popular first.
Help us get popular, guys.
Yes.
Alrighty,
we're gonna go with Best Girl. We're gonna do this with the good old Blondie.
Blonde cake?
Blondie.
Oh, I'm like, wait. I was like,
cakes and brownies are considered a cake.
I was like, neither of the girls we picked are blonde, dude. What the fuck?
Well, most of the females are.
We have no Sakuras.
Sakura.
We have no Sakuras, bro. Not the pink hair Sakura and not the slut Sakura from Nagatoro.
Yeah, no uselessness here.
No, for sure.
All right.
Is there any real fucking doubt, guys, at this point? We're already an hour and 10 minutes more or less, an hour and 5 minutes into this recording.
Yes.
Give or take a few minutes. Is there any? I'll give you a guess who we're gonna pick for best girl. Go ahead.
All right.
Guess, guys. Guess. Go ahead, Mathew.
Dio.
Huh? Me?
Dio.
Dio. Oh. Yo, that was
you were expecting Vivi. Kono Deona.
Oh my god, that was fucking great. That was great. I want to give you a high five. I'm high fiving my PC right now, my Mac. Yes, high five.
Alrighty.
Oh my god, Angel, Marte. If you, this is how we'll know, Mathew, if they listen to this show. This is how we'll know.
Or anyone.
Anyone. If Zach listens to this, he hates it. Oh my god. Sean Gaston, who loves it. Curtis loves fucking. Oh my god. Oh, that was a good ass joke, Mathew.
All right, but of course it's fucking Vivi. Or Diva, Vivi, Diva, whatever you want to call her, it's still fucking Vivi. From beginning to end, she's just a fantastic character all around. From her humble beginnings to the very end. And it all came full circle to her as this character. How much she learned, she struggled with loss, with everything. This such a well-written android character. Definitely one of my favorite android type AIs in terms of characters in quite some time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no surprise to that one. What's your obvious pick?
So my obvious pick is Toru, but before I start talking about why I picked Toru, I wanted to talk about the other picks that had competition. So for best girl, had Toru not come through, had Fruits Baskets not been a thing, it would have been a tough pick. I would have gone with either Sayu from Hichiro, because Sayu, everyone loves Sayu. We must protect Sayu Chaso. Sayu, her, as you mentioned, with what's it called? with Koikimo, the growth that she experienced was sensational. To see her suffer the way she suffered and the way she dealt with that suffering was incredible and touching and emotional, and it really hits you in the feels, and it means something. It really means something. So I would have picked probably Sayu. If I didn't pick Sayu, then I probably would have gone with the girl from '86.
Right. Yeah.
I'm forgetting her fucking name now. Oh my
Hold on.
God.
Hold on.
I mean, I can click on the thing. I can pull it up. Give me 2 seconds. Anime
I
list.
could do it. I could do it before you.
Nope, you're not gonna do it.
Lena.
Lena. God damn it, you did do it for me.
I'm Burner, baby. Fastest in the universe.
Fucking hell. Hopefully your sex game's not like that shit.
Hey!
Oh.
It depends.
Hopefully not the poison of the bedroom.
No.
No, but I would have picked Lena because Lena also, and I'll talk about this when we talk about, we'll talk about it momentarily, but Lena, her character progression is sensational. And the way that she develops, I'll save it for our next topic, our next couple topics. You'll see. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I would have picked Lena, but no, I picked Toru. Is it any doubt why I wouldn't pick Toru? But you want to know something? Not because of the romantic aspect, because of Toru. Because not only is Toru a great romantic partner to Kyo, Toru is the entire existence of Fruit Baskets. I'm gonna go on another soliloquy. I'm sorry. Toru is the reason why there's a happy ending. She is the literal reason why there's a happy ending. The Soma curse is the most oppressing portion of the show. It's a literal dark, disgusting, raining acid cloud down onto our characters that's suppressing them and holding them back and keeping them depressed and keeping them scared and confused and angry. This curse, this feeling that they've received from Akito, who's destroyed almost all of them psychologically by her wicked, twisted methods that she was brought up to and how she perceived life and them as a whole. I mean, it's horrendous, the type of backstory that you'll learn in Fruits Baskets. And Toru single-handedly, almost single-handedly, knocks that completely away. She saves so many people. I mentioned earlier in the episode how when I was talking about Fruits as my show, there's a point in episode in season 2 where the crossdresser wants to commit suicide, and she saves her from committing suicide and tells her that it's okay. And I'm forgetting the basis of it. It wasn't because of the cross-dressing so much, but just because of her, like, just the way she's lived. She also felt like this depression because she couldn't be herself and shit. And she saved her. She saves Kyo from her from being a beast. She becomes a motherly figure to Yuki, whose own family abandons him, and helps Yuki come to accept himself and come out of his shell and be the amazing human being that he was on his path to be. But he would get lost because he would get scared and he would get nervous and he wasn't sure of himself because of Akito. And she helps him get over that completely. She helps Shigure understand more about himself. He's not just a dirty dog. He becomes somewhat more human because of that. She helps Rin. Rin hated everyone except for Hatsuharu, and she helps Rin understand her feelings and compartmentalize those thoughts and emotions, and helps her get control of herself. She helps Mimoji, one of the best characters in the whole fucking series, Mimoji, who's a gender bender character himself. Like, he may be gay, but he talks like he's going to be straight, but he still acts gay. She helps him tremendously deal with the fact that, again, same thing, it's a theme where the parents of these characters, they just abandon them, and she becomes a best friend to him, a confidant, where he can tell her how it is, and listening to her or seeing her in action with whatever helps him process things better. If you wanted a best girlfriend, like a friend that's a girl, you would want a Toru. The way she is with her friends, the way she is so accepting and loving of everyone she gets in contact with. There's not a twisted, mean iota of an atom in her soul and her body. She is the epitome of an angel. Toru, as I've said it before, is a literal angel. She is a tenchi. She is incredible. She is everything that a person should aspire to be, not just from the fairy tale standpoint of things that we probably won't ever accomplish, but just in general of how you think of how you want to be with your friends, to be revered, to be someone that's looked at as integral to someone's entire well-being and existence. That is Toru. She is the center of Fruits Basket. She is the center of all those characters' universes, either directly or indirectly. And it is, she's a godsend. Whoever the mangaka that wrote her, the animators that expressed her and gave her life to those who are watching, fucking superb. She is superbly amazing. She needs to be on a pedestal of amazing women, amazing wives, amazing friends, amazing lovers, all of that. She is on that pedestal of superbly done characters in a story, period. She is amazing.
Alrighty, very good on that one.
You're just like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I can't talk about Fruits Baskets enough, man. Like
I know.
talked about it.
It's like
I
a whole episode.
I talked about it in episode 5, and I've gotten a chance now to expound on it a lot more through these reasons. And I mentioned I was going to when I talked about the seasonal rewards because of how fucking special it is. I mean, fuck, dude, fuck.
All right, now that the females were the blondie, let's give out the brownie for best male. And this was our last tie in terms of awards together.
Before we say it, I do want to say again, if our pick wasn't here, you know who I probably would have gone with best boy in all sincerity, dude?
What?
I would have gone with Takamichi.
Really?
If our pick wasn't available, I would have gone with Takamichi. I would have not picked anyone for Fruits Baskets because they all have their own problems and stuff in their own way.
Right.
Yuki is kind of close in terms of best boy because of the way he treats Maki. Really, really exceptional. Hatsuharu is another one that treats Rin especially amazing. So they're two of the best boys, and Momiji is also, as I mentioned, one of the best characters in the show as a whole. The way he is and the way he interacts with them. Those three are some of the best boys within Fruits Baskets, but they pale in comparison to Takamichi and our pick itself. Takamichi, we both, I think, would agree. The fact that he's going through so much to try and save a girl who he ran away from because he couldn't face his life, and he's going through so much shit to fucking save her life, and not only save her life but change his life as well. But obviously it's on a projection. They're going to be together at some point once this thing is all said and done. I truly believe that.
Right.
But just the way that he is with them, the way he is with his friends, he wants to save his friends. The way he is with the gang members, he wants to save the gang members and save them from certain doom and evilness. That's best boy shit right there, dude.
Oh yeah, I agree. But unfortunately, someone did better. Yoshida from Higehiro.
Was there any real doubt at the end of the day?
He stood true to his word of everything he was going to and not going to do.
Yep.
No matter how tempted he was to almost have sex with her, he still did not. He just did it out of absolute genuine kindness.
Yeah.
He got drunk one night. He helped out someone in need, and that was basically it. He was a big brother. He was a rehab, and now potential lover to Sayu.
Yeah.
Like he said, you don't need to have sex to remember me. You don't need to have sex to show you're grateful to me for letting you stay here. Like, I just want to help you. Just get on your feet. I know something's wrong.
Yeah.
And now that's how it went. Again, he's a great character all around. He helped out Sayu in so many ways than you could possibly imagine.
There aren't too many examples of characters that will recognize the flaws of someone to the extent where they see the true self-destructive behavior and work and be there for someone to help while they figure that out and to help instill values. He instilled values into Sayu. Sayu didn't become someone who was easy. I mean, she wasn't easy because she was basically raped the whole time, but the way she was just accepting of the fact that this is what I have to do to survive. I have to open my legs and let men fuck me. And he instilled that, no, like you have to find your self-worth. You have to know that you're amazing. You have to understand that sex isn't something you give out for free, that sex is something you do with someone that you love and you care about, to show emotion and love. And it's okay to not want to do that. It's okay to not have sex. It's okay to show your affection and show your appreciation in different manners. It's okay to not think about sex or whatever. Like, there's so many different aspects to that. The way that he mentored her, the way he instilled those feelings. He mentioned that in episode 2, I think it was, or I think it might have been in episode 1 or episode 2. He's like, I'm gonna instill that you're gonna be a proper girl, because proper girls don't do the shit that you went through. And then over the course of the series, you understand why she had to do the shit that she went through, and it wasn't because she was a floozy. It was because of the fact that she was broken and she had her family problems and she had to do what she had to do to survive.
And she had no money.
She had no money. She didn't want to freeze in the streets. She didn't want to get fucking raped or abducted by Lord knows what. So she chose.
And her phone died, right? She
And her phone died. She couldn't get in contact with her brother. So at the end of the day, she did what she had to do to she chose the lesser of two evils, and there's nothing wrong with choosing the lesser of two evils, but the evil she chose was still something that would
she could have killed herself. That would have been worse.
Okay, that's fair. I can't say anything about that. That is true.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she probably thought about it. It's not implied, I don't think, but I'm sure she probably thought about the way that character is written. It's easy to
probably
think.
She probably would have eventually if she did not met Yoshida.
Yeah, for sure. Meeting Yoshida changed her life for the better. Yoshida being there. Yoshida, I just talked about Toru being an angel. Yoshida is a true angel to Sayu. Out of the good, as you mentioned, out of the goodness of his heart, he really went out, really fucking pushed and pushed and pushed to make her right. And when she wasn't right, he was there. When she stumbled, he was there. When she was wrong, he was there. He was accepting. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to smile. It's okay to be your truest self. Because there were times when she had her bubble up, she had her guard up, and that's what what's her face, Asami said. Asami's like, there's something definitely more sinister behind that smile of hers. And you thought, oh, maybe is Sayu lying? Is she gonna fuck Yoshida up? Is she gonna like make him go to jail? And like, no, it's not that it was sinister because she's evil. It was sinister because of the fact that she just has been tormented by her circumstance. And the fact that Yoshida broke her out of that is truly, truly remarkable, and truly something that was stupendously well written, something that it truly stands out in this season. Again, if Fruits Basket wasn't, in my opinion, if Fruits Basket wasn't in this season, Hijihiro would be a top seasonal contender by far. We still gave it 5 stars because of how powerful and how well written it was done. It stands out as a wonderful story to a horrible backstory. Not horribly written, but like, horrible feelings wise, that backstory. Right. So yeah, dude.
All right. The final award, these are very easy and obvious.
Mm-hmm.
The cheesecake, the real meat of the matter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Obviously Vivi, Lord Ison, the original anime.
Wait. Okay. Were you doing animation or are you doing best anime?
Best anime. Oh shit.
It's animation, dude. I mean, for you pick,
It's still Vivi. For anime, if we're going by animation, yeah, still Vivi.
Yeah, it's still
animation's gorgeous. Visually, just how everything moved, the fights. Just the design of the characters, everything about animation with Vivi. Spectacular. All around. I don't know who I would give it to if it wasn't for that.
It's tough, dude.
It probably would have been.
I struggled myself, in all sincerity. Koikimo might have been a good choice. It had one of the better animations for sure. I agree. As I run down the list, there aren't too many other things that stand out for animation. I would say maybe, something, in all sincerity, and we'll talk about it in that top 10 a little bit more. I'll explain. But Boruto. I know we shit all over Boruto. A lot of people in the world shit over Boruto. But this season of Boruto, like during this seasonal aspect, because Boruto is a continuous anime, so it's never going to be in contention, in my opinion, for all the top awards or anything like that. But in terms of the animation sequences for the fights and for the things that we've seen throughout this season, it's been fucking stellar. And I'll get more into it when we talk about the top 10 of the season. But it stands out for me in terms of animation. But to people's surprises, I'm not going to pick Fruits Basket. Ha!
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you, motherfuckers. I'm not picking Fruits Baskets. I'm going to pick a show that I didn't give much love to as a whole, but stood out in its own way. I picked 86. So in full transparency, if I had seen Vivi, I would have given it to Vivi. because I did see a couple of the clips from Vivi. I saw the clip that Mathew sent me for one of the fights, excuse me, and it was stellar. It was fucking smooth. It was vivid. And for me, there's some things that people look at in terms of animations. You want to look at transitions. You want to look at fluidity. I look at colors. I love colors. I'm very much into things that pop and stand out and make me feel that are vibrant and that speak to me. And so for me, 86, I chose 86. 86 is fantastic when it comes to the animation sequences of how vibrant things look. The blood, the flowers toward the end of the season. There's a lot of shots of flowers, close-ups of things, the way things are animated with fire, and then the action sequences, which is the main sequence within 86. It's amazing the way that they had the action sequences. It was stellar. The way that the mechs were shooting, the way that they moved, the transitions that they made from scene to scene, how they jumped around and did a bunch of crazy shit. And then when it came to the humans, like the crying aspects, when they cried, when they were angry, when you look into their eyes and you saw emotion, when you saw the flashbacks, it was all stellarly done. To me, it stands out beyond a shadow of a doubt throughout all of the ones that we mentioned, as best animation. If I were to pick a second one, I might go with Hitch Hero. I love when they did the night scenes in Hitch Hero, when they were looking at the stars. Those were really well done. And there was also a realistic aspect to some of the things that you saw when they walked the streets as well. So that might be like a second for me. But I mean, 86 for me, absolutely killed it, dude. Absolutely killed it when it came to the fight scenes, to the animation of the characters themselves. Stellar shit.
Alrighty, very good on that note. All right, now we're gonna go to
You want to know
anime.
before you go to best anime? I just thought of something that we didn't pick here and we should have done. I mean, it's fairly obvious in terms of what we're gonna pick. What about best story? We never did best story.
I feel like that just ties in with writing with the screenplays.
But we didn't do a best screenplay. We did best.
I mean, like adaptation, original.
I feel I don't know, because I mean, when you look at those, you have to look at everything as a whole within the anime. We didn't do one for just the story itself. For me, it would be Fruits. I mean, I already talked about it, so it's...
yeah, and it's still Vivi done.
No, but I don't know. I just wanted to shed more appreciation because we talked about Hitch Hero, we talked about the character progression within Koikimo that you loved, and I won't disagree with the character progression. We talked about the redemption story of Megalobox. We talked about how I talked about these Snow White notes. I'm sorry, not these Snow Whites. About So I'm a Spider, So What? About how they intertwine two different storylines into one season. Revengers with the timeline skip. 86 with the whole aspect of racism. I mean, there's so many different stories that I could have gone on besides Fruits Baskets and talked about, and they all would have stood out. This was a fantastic season when it came to anime, not only because of what we saw, but just the stories, the way that things were written was fucking phenomenal. So many amazing, great stories. So that's why I kind of wanted to put an emphasis on that in terms of the stories that were written, because there were so many ones that you could discuss, even though we have our favorites between Vivi and Fruits. Surprise, surprise, that's what we also chose for best anime. But
yeah, like that, I think they already know. That's why like, we're just gonna like leave it as, yeah, it's obvious. Like, of course it is.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you go ahead if you want to talk any more about Vivi. Do you want to talk about anything more? What about you?
We're gonna get. I think we're just gonna get to it when we do our top 10.
Because Fruits and Vivi, we picked her as best animes. Obviously,
so we'll go more in detail with that.
Yeah, we'll go into more detail. I mean, there's not. I feel like I don't know. For me, there's not a hell of a lot more I can add to it, but that's fine.
Well, we can be brief on those, but again, we got the rest of the list.
Yeah,
we're gonna take this one last commercial break before we get there. So stay tuned in just a bit as we just do our top 10 anime of the season.
Why should you visit thechairshot.com? Thechairshot.com is your home for hard-hitting reviews, news, opinion, and analysis with attitude. Why? Because you're smarter than the average fan. Thechairshot.com. Always use your head.
All right, everyone, we're back. Let's bring this to a close, shall we? Are you ready? All right, it's time to get to the real juicy stuff. We gave out all the cakes, and now we're going to eat some cakes to close it off. We have now our top 10 of the season, but before we get to there, we're going to talk about our free honorable mentions. I'll let you list your free first.
Yeah, so honorable mention number 3, I'm gonna start down and up. Honorable mention number 3 is Slime Diaries. Slime Diaries was a very wholesome anime. It happens, as I mentioned, between seasons 1 and 2 of uh that time I got reincarnated as a slime. By the way, that episode 1, which we'll talk about next week for this course 2, it was good. But anyways, yeah, Slime Diaries was very wholesome. It really, something, a lot of people didn't like it because there's no action, and everyone watches Slime Diaries to watch the Rimuru be OP and fuck everybody up, and I agree, it's awesome, but there's not enough appreciation and emphasis. I just gave a soliloquy before the commercial break about stories, and Slime Diaries is another one where the story itself is just they're lighthearted moments throughout like different portions of the seasons, in between the seasons, but at the same time, it helps you appreciate the characters more. Because a lot of the stories, as much as it revolves around Rimuru, it's around the interactions with everybody else, how they interact with each other, how they interact with Rimuru, how Rimuru interacts with them in particular when there's not a story involved and it's just general conversation. It helps with character development and character appreciation. It helps you invest more in the characters. So for me, this is a great opportunity to invest yourself, if you want to, into the side characters and the characters that we see in the background or play somewhat integral roles in the story. So that way they mean more when they do stuff. Like, so for me, Shion is one of the more emphasized characters of the season because she's one of the main secondary characters. And the fact that we see her in all these interactions in Slime Diaries and the fact that she dies, spoiler alert, at the end of Core 1, it means more, dude. And there should be an appreciation for that. And there's not enough. And that kind of irks me about that. So, yeah. Honorable 2, I gave to My Hero. Normally, you would think My Hero Academia would be in the top 10 for sure of any anime list. This season's been kind of lax. It's starting to get a little bit better. But it's a consensus that this season 5 it hasn't been hitting, dude. Season 3 was great. Season 4 was stellar. Season 4 is one of the top anime seasons of any show in a while, and because it just hit so many things with the action and the emotion. It was fucking amazing. And so you would think season 5 would have picked up where it left off, and it's been a miss, dude. It's been good. I've enjoyed it. I have no qualms over it, but in comparison to everything above it, it doesn't come close as far as I'm concerned. Honorable mention number 1, which is gonna shock people, is To Your Eternity. You would think I would have put that in the top 10 given I gave it a couple of awards, but I couldn't get over the fact that the beginning just sucked. The beginning sucked, and like I said, toward this end,
I still would have put it over your number 10.
I'm gonna explain why my number 10 is my number 10.
But would that count though? Because it's just every week.
But so the way it gets broken down, I don't ever review it for my reviews for the season, but at the same time, it does. They basically every season they change their ED and their OPED, and then they have different visuals for that season to basically coincide with the arc that's going on. So we'll talk about it momentarily.
So you're going by that arc.
I'm going by that particular arc, yes. For the season. That's why. And I don't ever review it as a whole because it is a continuous week by week thing. But in terms of why it is, I'll explain. But yeah, To Your Eternity, I couldn't get over how shitty the end was. I'm sorry, the beginning. The end has been great. I just can't put it above any of the other ones, I don't think, because it doesn't hit the same, dude, for me. I don't know. It'll be different, I'm sure, once it's done, but just based off of what I saw for the core, it didn't hit for me nearly as much as the other ones did.
Alrighty. All right. Now for my honorable mentions. Number 3, My Hero Academia. I actually binged the first half to get caught up.
You didn't tell me this.
This was like a couple days ago.
Wow, I didn't know that, dude.
Yeah, I just forgot to tell you.
Wow, what do you think?
It was okay. I'm actually one of the few people that did not like season 4.
You're fucking insane.
No, I loved Overhaul, but I think the rest, like the stuff before, like Kirishima, like I'm sorry, he does not deserve that much screen time. Like, just stop trying to make him a big thing. Let's be real, that was too much.
Okay, but okay, excluding that, how did you feel about Night Eye? I'm going on. We're going all the way back here. How did you feel about Night Eye? How did you feel about Eri? How did you feel about Togata? How did you feel about 100% One for All? How did you feel?
I say I'm saying like the first half of that core, that first core, was just bland. But when it got to the real meat of the matter, of when we got to the mission, like the actual fight, and Lemillion loses his power, that was fantastic. I loved all of that. But
So
it was just like not again that first half was just like not enough to like put it above. Like there was a lot of there was some great moments, but there's some in between that were just eh.
So is that how you feel about this season?
This is just this is just this is weak. This is the weak. This is probably the weakest first half though.
I would, yeah, probably agree.
As I said, despite it has some problems before, again, it was still good for the most part.
It was entertaining.
Three is still my favorite.
I'm gonna say 4, but that's fine. I'm not gonna shit on 3. 3 was really good.
With All for One and All Might, and then the stuff after.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain. Just for me, Night Eye dying, Eri, Lemillion, all that negativity followed by Deku and Overhaul. That fucking superbly done fight, fucking amazing.
Okay, I said I loved all that. Just like just the beginning of it, it just felt like it was.
I didn't mind it. Everything with My Hero, I don't mind. Like literally, like for me, My Hero starts on a high pedestal, and nothing that it does really takes me off of that pedestal. It only increases it for me. Like I don't ever hate anything from My Hero.
No. I do love Gentle Criminal though.
He was cute, I guess.
I mean, he just reminds you of Jack the Ripper and Ragnarok Jack the Ripper a bit.
Oh God. Oh.
No, but Jack's a better character. Let's just get
okay.
that.
Don't do the way you're gonna love Jack the Ripper, and then you say he's like Gentle Criminal.
No, but like yeah, he's
what
a gentle,
the fuck?
Not like that. Like he's a gentleman, but at the same time, he's a fucking psychopath. But like, I think just looks and mannerisms is where I got the Jack the Ripper thing. But personality and overall, no, Jack.
I mean, he's with an underage girl. Isn't Gentle Criminal with an underage girl?
I think she's just an adult that's just tiny.
Is she an adult by now? Because she said that she.
Well, what's her name? I'll look her up.
I forgot her name, dude.
Oh, God, now I gotta do research.
I'm sorry.
All right,
let's move on. It's not that important.
No, it's important to me.
This is why the show is 2 hours.
As we do research. Oh, sorry, La Brava. Okay, thank you.
Oh,
alrighty.
LeBron.
Let me go to her. Come to her.
She's 20.
She's 21.
Oh, you come on her.
I mean, if you're into lollipops, sure, but
sure, why not? It's legal.
Call the police.
It's like fucking a midget. Would you fuck a midget?
Yeah, well, it makes you look huge, so. Alrighty, but like I said, it was an okay for season 5. It was okay, but it was not enough to get it up to where it probably could have been compared to the previous seasons. So, with that,
real quick before you move
it's on the bottom of the honorable mention. Okay. Like it barely made it.
That's fair. Real quick before you move on to number 2, how many seasonals did you watch total? Do you know?
Of what?
The spring. How many total did you watch?
I believe I watched everything on the list, and then I'm trying to think.
You don't remember the number specifically? Because I know my number. I watched 21. So
I also had Joran on here, so that's 14, right?
Which is my season now. I'm on 14 this season. This is the summer season.
Right.
So I just wanted to give reference to the viewers. So we came up with a top 10 and we gave 3 honorable mentions. Myself, I watched the most anime, probably in the whole fucking group, I think. I watched 21 seasonals, which was quite a pain in the ass, especially when life became hectic these last couple months with getting a girlfriend, then not getting a girlfriend, and then with the passing of my aunt in New York. So that it was a pain in the ass to keep up. That's why I was so behind with life taking priority, and then just having so many fucking things to watch. So yeah, so basically there's 13 out of 21. Matthew's giving you 13 out of
It would be 15 because again with Joran and what you call it, the one I just meant. Sorry, how to not summon Demon Lord season 2.
Okay, that's fine.
It was just they was just okay. Like I enjoyed it but I wouldn't say like I loved it.
Sure. Okay. I just wanted to give references. All.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
And then Joran, I couldn't.
Yeah.
It was close. It was close, but again, academia.
Yeah. It was all right. All right.
Honorable mention number 2, Osamake. But what'd you call it? It wasn't bad. Again, it was a generic rom-com.
Yeah.
It was harmless. Like it's just something I wouldn't say it was stellar. I did get plenty of laughs. I enjoyed the girls. I enjoyed the Met guys.
Yeah.
But again, it was just a standard anime. It was nothing insulting, nothing cringe. Well, there was cringe moments, but it was like nothing.
Yeah.
Blatantly stupid per se.
Sure. For sure.
And then honorable 1, Koikimo.
Okay.
Again, animation, certain characters, the music, the opening theme.
Mm-hmm.
It probably could have been on here, but there was a lot that were just better.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just couldn't leave it out completely. Like it deserves at least an honorable mention.
I left it out completely just because of the story. I just hated the story, but.
Right, but I was saying but for like everything else, like it was. Yeah. I guess it's hard to resist.
That's fair. I can agree with that.
All right. Are we gonna go back and forth, or we read our own, and then you read your 10, I read my 10?
No, let's go back and forth, and let's just try and keep it because we're running.
Let's keep it brief. For the ones we talked about, we'll keep brief. The ones we haven't, we'll go a little bit.
That's fair. Yeah. So I wanted to explain real quick. My number 10, I'll start first, is Boruto. Yes. As I just alluded to, normally, again, we shit on Boruto so much. I wanted to explain that, again, I don't rate Boruto because it is a weekly anime that's been progressing for like the last 3 years or so, I think, or 4 years. But I gave the the season, the arc. I gave that arc, the Kawaki arc, a top 10 because, for me, the show has always been a 3 out of 5 because the fillers were just so fucking awful. But when it goes to the actual story that's part of the manga, it's really good. So at this point, we're basically all in the manga going forward for Boruto. And everything about this sticks out. People shit on Boruto because he's OP, because he's not like his daddy, because he's whatever. You can go on and on and on about Sarah having glasses because she's a stupid Uchiha. Like, you can go on and on and on and on about it. But when it came down to the story that was well written about a kid who was abandoned by his abusive father and sold off to someone who is equally or somewhat worse abusive to him, and how Naruto basically adopts him as a second son. And a lot of people get pissed off because he treats Kawaki better than he treats Boruto. But at the same time, just the principle of being that parent to tell that kid that it's okay to be you, you're loved, it's okay. Well, just that feeling is really nice, really nicely well written. And then the whole thing about how Boruto doesn't like him, and then slowly but surely they warm up to each other. And then, in this last couple episodes, he mentions like, oh, like, let's go, brother. Like, he calls him brother and shit. And it's like, wow, they've got that bond. And, Sadara and Mitsuki, they appreciate him. And now they're part of like that unified Team 7 for them. And then the big meat is the fight scenes. The fight scenes were fucking incredibly well animated, incredibly done. I mean, people are gonna find fault in the fact that they've nuked Naruto and Sasuke, and I agree they've probably nuked them a bit too much. But obviously the show is about Boruto and his gang, so they want to make them stand out more. You want to see them overcome. But just in general, just the fights themselves have been great. The fight with Naruto and Delta was amazingly well done. The fight with Owl and Team 7 was fucking great. The fight with there's so many you can go on. Now we got the fight with Jigen versus Naruto and Sasuke, which I highly recommend somebody try and find out there because it is amazing. That fight is fucking great, and they get fucking wrecked. They get bodied. I just wanted to give Boruto the love that it never gets anywhere and probably will never get again. But just that arc was it was stellar. That to me was a 4.5 out of 5 star arc. I truly mean that. Not because I'm a Boruto stan, not because I'm a Naruto fucking freak, but just the way that it was done. It was fucking amazing as a whole from the start of the arc to where the arc is at now. No disappointments. I have yet to feel disappointed in the last 2 arcs. If you want to go back to the winter season, in like swear to God, in the last like 20-30 episodes, I have not been disappointed at all. Every episode, none, zero disappointment. It's been up, 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 up. Great.
Alrighty, very good. For my number 10, I was going back and forth with this in Koikimo, but I feel like at the end of the day, I like Nagatoro a lot more. Despite the problems I had with with some of the cringe over the topness, it still worked overall in terms of beginning to end. We had a satisfying conclusion with Nagatoro and Paisen in that regard. It's definitely leaving more. Who knows? Maybe when it comes back for a season, it'll go higher.
You know what's crazy? It's like when I saw that you had Nagatoro at 10, I was like, what the fuck, dude? And then I'm sure you probably thought when you saw To Your Eternity as my honorable mention, you were like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know. That stood out.
Okay, it's just more, I just like these a little bit better.
Sure. I didn't rate, you rated House Husband. Well, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. You rated House Husband. I didn't rate House Husband just because it was so short. I know it had a great impact and it was
I still think it counts, though.
I didn't rate any of the Netflix anime, but yeah, I mean, I didn't rate it, but it was great. Anyway, keep on going.
All right. But again, we talked about it enough for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's again what we said. Again, good comedy,
Mhm.
fun characters. It's just an overall good time. That's why it's in my number 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 9. It is for me Shadow's House. I talked about it much. It was definitely an underrated anime. Beautiful designs in terms of character, animation. And again, it's just an overall good story. With again, interesting concept with the shadows and the dolls.
Yeah.
And it leaves you're curious about like how this whole thing started. What's the origin story of?
Yeah.
Like more like how did it start? Like how is grandfather this main one? How did he get created?
Yeah.
Like where are those people? You
Yeah.
know, like since grandfather's like the main person.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll definitely do it for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it for what it was,
Mm-hmm.
and it deserved a bunch of the praise to make it on my list.
Fair enough, for sure. I went with Moriarty at my number 9 slot. We talked a lot about Moriarty earlier. Great mystery, good reveals. We both agree that the second core didn't hit as strong as the core 1. That's probably why it's lower on the list. Had it hit as just as strong or a little stronger, it would have definitely made it, I think, to at least number 7. No further than me because my top 6 are fucking amazing as far as I'm concerned. But in any case, Moriarty is definitely number 9. Definitely hits good. Definitely recommended for sure. Great anime. So that's where I put Moriarty.
Very good. All right, number 8. Your go.
Yeah, I chose So I'm a Spider, So What. This is one of the ones where we chose ones that neither of us watched the other one. So I chose So I'm a Spider, So What. Again, as I mentioned before, great storytelling with intertwining of the two timelines into the new timeline. Good bits of comedy, animations, whatever, music's whatever. Sometimes the comedy becomes too much or maybe silly. I don't like the music really when it came to the actual like EDs and OPs. Never really was a fan of it because it's kind of like goth rock. Like I'm not really a fan of that. But overall, like I said, the story was great. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, and like I said, the ending was a great ending for sure. Definitely with some great revelations that are like, holy shit. Definitely some holy shit revelations, which definitely helped it. I think probably more so. That's why I put it above Moriarty, because of the fact that it ended so strong. And as a whole, it stayed very consistent as far as I'm concerned, where we said Moriarty was great in the first season and good, real good the second core. Spider was very consistent. And so that's why I chose Spider above Moriarty and chose it at number 8.
Alrighty, for my number 8, combatants will be dispatched. If you love Konosuba, you'll definitely love this. It has that type of comical charm with the characters. And again, Six and Alice are villains.
Mm.
And again, very etchy with some of the themes, especially the leaders of Six who have those quote unquote porn bodies.
Mm.
But yeah, a lot of great comical stuff. I was laughing quite a bit, especially Tiger Man going after that trap of a chimera. I prefer the way meow. Tiger Man don't judge, boy or girl. He don't care.
Tiger Man
He'll,
wants the
he'll, he'll,
hole.
he'll make you wear a skirt.
Tiger Man wants the hole. What hole? All the holes.
Exactly. When there's a hole, it's a man's job to thrust into it.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Oh yeah, again, I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed almost all the characters.
Yeah.
It's just a good time. This is this and that, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Right.
I cannot complain, and it was just enough to make it to my number 8 for sure. Alrighty, number 7. This was a little higher for me, but I understand why it was lower for you. Moriarty the Patriot. Again, it did start off weak, but again, with a little bit of the beginning, I would have Albert being more involved in this, and it's just showing it's not just William that's the Patriot, it's all the Moriartys. It's Lewis, it's Albert's, it's William. But that was fine. Again, with James Bond, Jack the Ripper, they were just okay. I get they were needed, but I think I would love them seeing a little more fleshed out. So I feel like that you could have got one more season if the manga was a little longer. You could have got more done in terms of progression. But overall, with that, there was still enough to have a satisfying conclusion to keep it and at least at a high note, because he technically did his job, which is having the upper class, the nobles and the lower class work together for this one cause that he did, like with the fires. He made them work together, and he's going to become a martyr by just killing himself. And as you saw, he failed to do, because Shaw was like, "I'm going to save you." And yeah, like now the bromance begins.
Indeed.
All right, I believe that's your go.
You know something? And now I'm looking back, I feel like I shouldn't have deleted the fucking the awards, because I should have tried to post them.
Yeah, but too late now.
Fuck.
Never again. Never to be seen again.
I mean, I can always press the back button a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah, do it off the air.
That's fine.
We got to sleep.
Yeah, for real, dude. It's 11:45 right now, as we record this. So we've been recording now with this back-to-back episode for over 3 hours, going almost 4 hours. So yeah, we're hitting.
I gotta wake up in 5 hours for work. But we do it for the people.
I gotta wake up in 6 hours for work. I'm right with you, brother. Anyway, all right. So number 7, right? I chose these Snow White Notes as number 7. I chose it above the other ones because of the fact that it gave me, and for the rest of these, each of them gave me feelings. For my 7 through 1, each of them gave me distinct feelings watching it, and so I was happy a lot of times watching these Snow White Notes. These Snow White Notes. Every time I listened to the songs, as I said before, I had a smile on my face. I felt emotion. I looked at the scenery that it gave me, and I felt things. They did a superb job, like I had mentioned in, I think, last week's episode, when we reviewed it. Not only of the music itself, but the scenery that accompanied it. Scenes of nature, scenes of coming to understand how to deal with feelings in the middle of a song, and how those feelings are able to be expressed through the sounds of playing the shamisen. It was really, really well done. There's also hints of like a little bit of romance. I don't know whether they'll expound on that or not. And then another theme is just dealing with loss, how Setsu lost his grandfather and then he just lost his way because he lost his grandfather. And the story happens throughout the season of him trying to find that redemption, trying to find his sound, trying to make his way in the world without having his grandfather there, but still being able to keep what his grandfather taught him and being able to express that to the world, while being unique to himself and to his compatriots and to his companions. It really stands out as something of a great story that was told. So.
All right. It definitely will be on my list to watch soon, and I am excited for it. Let's get to number 6 for you.
Mm-hmm. I chose Megalobox. Again, Megalobox, fantastic redemption story. Very sad throughout. Very poignant, very powerful. In all sincerity, now that I look back on it, I probably should have put it at 7 and put these Snow White notes at 6, but it is what it is. Just because of that ending for Megalobox was really disappointing. I just didn't capture it all for me. It was a nice end the way it was with the characters, but the final fight and the fights in general this season weren't the same as in number 1. Nomad was definitely more about the story, was definitely more about getting those feelings of the redemption story and all of that out. The fact that he was a former drug addict, and he was on pills and he lost his way because of Nobunaga's death. That story is the meat of the bones. The action was still good for sure, don't get me wrong, but it didn't hit the same levels, didn't hit the same excitement as Megalobox 1. So, matter of fact, I feel like switching it up. So we'll put Megalobox at number 7, these Snow White Notes at number 6, but I'm reading it off in the number 6 slot basically because that's where I had it at the time.
All right. Fair enough. This I know I rated higher than you. For my number 6, 2 Year Eternity.
Yeah, way higher.
Again, I was like you. Like I was turned off by it at the very beginning with how hyped people were doing with it. Like, oh, it was gonna be the best thing ever because you know Hikaru was singing the song. It's by silent people do the silent voice, that type of thing. It's gonna be super sad and all that. It gets sad. Don't get me wrong. It definitely gets sad, but again, it was just a slow start. Otherwise, it would have been higher. But I think this near the end, when we're halfway through the March arc, where Fuji starts talking, is when they started picking up, and then you find out more about his power in general. Or the beginning of it, you see the introduction of the Knockers, you see the creator finally, and just the whole Guga story that made it get that high up in general, just with everything involved in the characters, the story of it, and just the emotion at that last episode of that arc.
Yeah, without the Guga story, I probably wouldn't even put it in my honorable mention, dude. I probably would have put Keki on there.
If that Guga story was not as good, this probably would have been number 10 or an honorable mention.
Yeah.
But again, it was just enough to make me want to watch more.
Sure.
All right, let's go. We're now halfway through. Let's get to it. Number 5.
Number 5. I just switched it up looking at it. Again, I'm doing a lot of switching now that I'm thinking, and now that we've done almost 2 hours of podcasting and 4 hours in general, I'm doing a little bit of switching around. I had another podcast at number 5, but I went and put Nagatoro at number 5. It was great ecchi comedy. Not ecchi comedy, but just comedy in general. It was great comedy, and I'm a sucker for comedy. To me, my favorite, other than Clan Ad, because it made me feel and understand so many things about my soul, and about my life as wanting to be a parent and being a lover and things of that nature. My favorite anime of all time is Konosuba. So anything that makes me laugh will always be high on my list, especially things that make me laugh a lot. Nagatoro definitely sure as shit made me laugh a lot, and it made me excited for season 2. It was very, very cute, like I said, and again, just those laugh. The only show that made me laugh nearly as much as it did, because the rest of the shows that I have in my top 4 aren't laughing shows whatsoever. So, I put it at number 4 or 5 rather.
All right, number 5 is also my comedy, Way of the House Husband. I think it counts again 6 episodes, but think of it this way: basically, if you combined it, it's basically 3 episodes.
That's not enough.
But I say, if you went by the 22 minutes, it's like 3 episodes. Like it left much of an impact on just 6 11-minute episodes.
I guess it's your personal opinion. I'm not gonna shit on it.
So it's like, what does it say about most animes that had these long seasons, but they just did it in something you could watch in less than an hour?
But there's no concise story with fucking House Husband. It's just clips.
But that's right. You get a bit of it. You get a bit of the whole thing as you go along about his past life, about how he is now. You just get those in between, and it works with what it does.
That's why I don't mind the 6 clips, but I don't know.
I say if you look in between the lines, it will start to flow again with his backstory, with how it ended now,
mm-hmm.
And you just get a lot of comedy on top of that.
Yeah,
you got your comedy, you got your slice of life, you got your romance.
Yeah,
he's overall like best dad, if he was the dad, husband.
Yeah,
that type of thing. Like it's just enough fun, and again, it does it in 10 minutes. You could they do a lot in that amount of time, so it works.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about that, then one of the animes I didn't put on my list or talk about much at all was With a Dog and a Cat. Every Day is Fun. I enjoyed the shit out of that show.
Yeah, that would have counted.
But it was a minute long. I mean, if you think about it, the whole season was 24 episodes at a minute and a half long. It literally was basically one long episode.
Right.
That's not enough. I'm sorry. I laughed. I laughed a lot more. I laughed a lot during that show. I even cried during that show because when they talk about the way that some of the animals are, I related to my cat, and it made me feel emotional. It's not enough. Right. That's me personally.
That's fair. All right, number 4.
Number 4. I played Hero. Did you want to go? I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Sorry, I should let you go first. My bad.
It's okay.
So I chose His Hero as my number 4. We're getting into the meat. The rest of these I've all rated 5-star anime. 4, 3, 2, and 1 are all 5-star animes. I probably should have put Revengers here, but fuck it, I'm putting Revengers here. I just gave my number 4.
I was saying we could have talked about it at the same time. It would have been quick. Damn you.
Sorry. Well, you know what? That's fine. I'll leave it here. I'll change it after the fact. Okay. Yeah, so Hero is my number 4. Hero, stellar anime. We've gone over it plenty of times of what Yoshida and Sayu mean, their story, what they told, how they made the audience, and you, feel. Stellar shit. Any other season, it would be a number 1 anime. Definitely wouldn't eclipse my number 2 or my number 1. But any other season, it would be a number 1 anime just because of how stellar it is. Just any animes, especially for me, any animes that tell raw stories and make me feel raw emotion and make me feel that pain and that hurt, and it makes me feel like I can relate when I can't, are all fucking stellar, amazingly stellar, fucking beautifully stellar. Have to put those high. Have to make me favorite those over other animes that although are fun or are great, or tell a good story, don't hit the same. It just doesn't.
I agree. Number 4, mine was Megalobox. And again, another one I rated a little higher than you.
Yeah.
But I knew you were disappointed with the last fight, but at the same time, I get it. But also, I understood why, and it worked a little more in that regard.
Mm-hmm,
but again, it was just more about the redemption story of him trying. Like he was a drug addict, and now he's on pills. He hears Chief's song, when Chief was basically the hummingbird, and while Joe was a nomad, and there was a lot of those elements. It went for the same people. Like Joe was a hummingbird for Sachio.
Yeah.
Or the family is the hummingbird for what's his name?
Mac.
Like it all just played out. Like very little itty bitty puzzle pieces, and it just connected in the right ways. And I liked it for just that.
Yeah,
and it's of course it's great seeing everyone except for Pops. Unfortunately, I liked Pops.
Yeah, he was Pops. Good. It was good. He was a good character. Definitely a good character.
Yeah, but let's say we talked about it so much for our episodes. There's really not much more to say.
Yeah,
like we loved it. It's in our top 10 for a reason.
Yep, for sure.
It's a shame that no one really gave the attention it deserves.
It is. It's gonna fly under the radar because there are so many other animes that were better or more acclaimed.
That's exactly it. A lot had more hype.
Yeah, like we didn't even talk about. We neither of us watched Odd Taxi, and it's gonna be one of the top anime apparently of the season. So, just a quick shout out to Odd Taxi. Anybody who, you know what? As a matter of fact, anybody listening to this, if you watched Odd Taxi, please let Matthew and I know why it's so amazing. Please,
Yeah,
please. So
like
we want to know legitimately.
basically make us convince us to watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it because I don't really like stuff with animals like that. But
Well, as I said, like I want to see how they can convince.
sure, make an
Like
argument.
like sell it to us.
Our ears are open. Please tell us.
Yes.
We would legitimately want to know. Not trying to shit on your
Yeah.
parade. If you find Odd Taxi is amazing, for sure, let us know. We're curious. We want to know. We'll delve into it. Maybe whatever.
Yeah, if you sell it good, then we'll probably watch it. We'll consider it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Number 3. This was a tie for both of us. Tokyo Revengers. And we talked about it way too much. You already know why.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm changing it. Like I said just now, I'm gonna put Hit Hero above it, number 3. But for the purpose of a podcast, we'll do Revengers at number 3 apiece. It was a tie. Yeah, dude. Again, briefly, Revengers. Just the way that the time travel story it's been being told is amazing. The emotion and what Takemichi is going through is the best boy shit. It's really hitting its stride. It's continuous as well. It's still going right now. As we head into the new season, this new season, as the story continues for Avengers, we're expecting great things. We've heard good things about the story. It started a little slow, then started getting better and better and better, and now it's a top tier anime for a reason. So, yeah, dude, looking forward to what else we have here.
All right. I'll go ahead with the number 2. Higehiro. Again, it's in our top for a reason in terms of the characters, the drama, just Sayu, Yoshida, and just the rest, like the supporting cast of the girls, the guys, the brother. Everyone clicked. Everyone did their purpose, and again, it was just enough to make everything interesting in that whole season. We got a nice conclusion with the mother. Just how Yoshida begged to the mother. Exactly.
Cunt.
I'm saying, but she played that well. Like Joffrey Baratheon was the biggest cunt, but he played that character so goddamn well. Like, god damn it. I hate you, but you do it so good.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like she did her job as a heel, which no wrestling company does anymore. But
yeah.
She got heat.
Heat, goddammit.
Real heat, not go away heat. Like
not
summer.
go away heat. Oh god.
Oh my god. But it's just how Yoshida and then Sayu's brother were able to beg to the mother. That was just like, so good. And then the endings, Yoshida crying alone when he was in his house. But yeah, it was just enough to make it. It's worth being number 2 for me in that sense.
Agreed.
So much good stuff.
Agreed.
You with yours.
I went with 86. Again, not a show that I talked about a lot recently, because 86 actually was one of the first anime to finish this season. But 86, I talked about the animation, about how amazing it was, and the action was amazing itself. Again, the points of contention with 86, or not contention rather, but the points of selling with 86 are the action with the mechs and the shooting, and then the story itself. As I mentioned in my review on the podcast several weeks ago, 86 is like a light version of Code Geass. Extreme racism to a particular set of people, and how they're treated and how they're called. They're basically being led out to slaughter for this superior race. It really definitely brings eerie similarities to Nazi Germany. A lot of similarities to Nazi Germany, whether it be like naming conventions, whether it be the type of people and hair and things like that. It very negative, and but it's very powerful as well to see how one woman is standing up for the right thing, Lena, standing up for the right thing, trying to save these people from slaughter, even though so many of their people have been slaughtered. How she tries to relate to them, it's incredible, between the action being stellar and that type of powerful anime, or powerful story rather, being told in an anime. It's beautiful. Like I said, it's Code Geass light minus the super evil genius known as Lelouch, but it stands out. It's powerful in its own way. I can maybe make a case for Hachiro being a number 2, but just the uniqueness of the fact that the story being told within 86 of overcoming racism and overcoming a flawed society that was built on the backs of other people, especially in today's day and age in 2021, because we're still dealing with race relations in the United States and elsewhere across the world. It stands out as something that should be watched if you want to see a good mech, a good fight, and whether it be within the mech or within the society that is being depicted within 86. So something that I can't recommend enough for you guys out there.
Alrighty, let's get ready to wrap this up with our number ones. You go
Easy.
ahead.
Fruits. What more can I say about Fruits Basket? I mean, dude, I've fucking went on 2 soliloquies about Toru, about Fruits, Love, Slice of Life. 3 actually, I think. And yeah, dude, it's number 1 for a reason. It's in my top 3 probably now of all time. At this point, it's got to be up there. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, it's up there. It's definitely my top 5 of all time in my 3.5 years of watching anime. It's in my top 5 without a doubt. It's just fucking stellar. Slice of life, gold standard. Period.
Agreed. Alrighty, Koikibo. I'm kidding. No, it's easily the fluoride isons for a reason. It's definitely in my top 5 for the year. I would love to put it as number 1, but so far there's ReZero season 2 part 2. I'm sorry, nothing's topping that for a while. Unless Moshuka Tensei blows my mind with their second half.
Who did I put as my? That's a good question. Who did I put as my number 1 earlier in the season?
I mean, it probably would have been Wonder Egg, but again, producers suck.
It might have been.
It could have been. Yes, it really had that chance.
God damn, dude. I've seen so many. You know what's crazy? By the way, unrelated. I've seen 60 anime titles, anime television titles in 2020. 72 total, including movies. I'm already halfway through the season, and I'm at 56 and counting.
Yeesh.
That's
I didn't even write my list. I was like, fucking.
I always write my list. Honestly, Wonder Egg, Jujutsu, ReZero, Horimi. No, yeah, those are my top 3 so far. If I'm gonna pick a 2021 top 3, I'm gonna probably say Fruits. No, yeah, I'm gonna say Fruits is my number 1 of the year.
Right.
Fruits is my number 1. ReZero season 2 core 2, probably number 2. I'd say ReZero as a whole number 2 in the season. Jujutsu 3, Horimiya 4, Wonder Egg 5.
Right. But anyway, again with Vivi, again this how she develops as a whole in the whole thing. How every if I did have to give it a little bit of criticism, I think the antagonists were very bland. And I don't want to explain too much without spoiling it a little bit. But I will say this: there's one group of people. They had a good concept. Like it was like a decent concept, but I think that's how they did a 180 of being these type of fighters, or the leader of it at one point kind of became a cyborg. Then again, it was like 40 years after that last event, so
yeah,
been an old man. But just his reasonings behind this whole thing was like, huh? But but again, aside from the weak antagonists, story is basic, but they were able to make it work.
Yeah.
And again, there's nothing wrong with it as long as you make it good. You can tell the story 1,000 times as long as you make it good. It does not matter.
That's a fair point.
You can tell it any way you want, but as long as it's great quality, they will not care. They will care about the outcome. And this was exactly that. And they did a great job. The finale of that was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
As a final episode for the year. There's everything that was told, the song, that final song.
Yeah.
That you heard, that the instrumentals you heard from the chorus, and now you just hear her singing it.
Yeah.
And you know when she's going to die is because she's connected to this archive. The fact she's connected to it, she's considered to be shut down from it.
Yeah.
and still did it. And
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking just seeing her dying while singing.
Yeah, dude.
And when she's about to die, she's just very monotone, thanking
Mm.
people for their attention, like how she would thank them when she started singing, thank you for your
Yeah.
kind attention, and she did that in her this lifeless voice before dying, and then
Yeah.
eventually being reincarnated. She gets that happy life finally. She gets her job. Matsumoto
Yeah.
does as well, but all this, it was just enough to make it my number one for the season.
Yeah.
Definitely my top five for the year. We'll see what happens with the rest of the season.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. That concludes it. We talked our cake. We overate the cake, and now we are stuffed on
Vomited
cake.
a lot. Vomited a lot of the cake.
Gotta have a cake hangover, folks. The cakey
Jesus.
hangover.
Yeah, dead ass, dude.
All righty.
Oh my god.
Spring is officially over. Thank God. We can move on to the summer. We were going to talk about our first movie review of Josie the Tiger and the Fish, along as whatever summer shows have come out at this time. You can follow me at DamienPhoenix12 on Twitter. I do this podcast along with Suwama Station with All Japan Pro Wrestling or AJPW Worldwide Fan Group. You can find that on YouTube. You can also find that on Twitter. We want to thank the Chairshot Radio for having us on their network as their entertainment section, even though it's mostly all wrestling. But the fact that they're branching out to the entertainment, we are happy to make that transition for them. And then, you can find my articles there from the Chair Shots as I cover wrestling Japan, like All Japan, Dragon Gate, Stardom, and just other various shows that are not New Japan.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's because I like them, but it's the fact that everyone and their mother covers them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I'd rather give other people a chance, like to make them expand their taste.
No, that's fair. That's a fair point, dude. I agree.
All right, now do your plugs.
You can find me at Showstopper24, SHOSTOPPA24 on Twitter. You can find me at IAI_anime24. That is my anime exclusive Instagram. You can also find me at podcast.senpai. That is my podcast official Instagram. On all my Instagrams, you will find a link tree. Inside the link tree, you'll find links to the rest of my socials, including my other podcast. Shout out to the Orlando Tragics podcast, available on Spotify and SoundCloud, and also shout out to the MMA for Marks podcast. MMA for Marks, we are currently on a little hiatus due to technical issues and time conflicts. We will get back to that shortly and hopefully bring you guys some great MMA and boxing content. Orlando Tragic podcast, shout out to B Ronan. We just talk shit. We get lit. Like, he gets high as fuck and drinks, and I drink my ass off, and we get lit, and we just talk shit about life. All those podcasts, including this one, are NSFW. Please don't listen at work or around children unless you work from home and you have no one supervising or up your ass about it.
Also want to thank Sean.
Also, thank you to Sean. Thank you to Chairshot Radio. Thank you to Sean and his editing. Without that, none of this would be possible. I feel bad for him because he's going to have to edit a 2 hour and 15-minute podcast.
4 hours, 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours of recording. Listen, one thing I wanted to say before we say goodbye is that if any of you guys listen to this entire segment 5 and 5.5, you are a fucking trooper. You are an MVP, and we appreciate your support so goddamn much. You have no idea how much Mathew and I would appreciate it if you guys listen to it and take our opinions to heart, or just listen to us just talk shit in general. Whether you like listening to us because of our dynamic and the fact that we laugh and joke with each other, or whether you like listen to us because we give you valuable anime opinions. We're doing this, like we said, for you guys, by you guys. So we really hope that you guys enjoyed the product that we're putting out, and especially today, given the fact that we just did 4.5 hours worth of fucking recording. For that, it would mean the world. And if you do listen to this whole thing, just know that we appreciate you beyond your comprehension, I think.
Also, again, while we do thank Sean, you can also find us on W2M Network. With their other various podcasts as well, with video games, wrestling, sports, and entertainment. We will see you next week. So until then, arigato, anato ofaku, and sayonara.
Sayonara, minasan. Genki na.